Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be asking, what are my spiritual gifts? And this will be a reading that may cover things that you haven't even discovered about yourself, so please keep an open mind. And as always, just take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes, and really try to center your energy and try to hone in on which pile or piles is calling out to you most. You have pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4 to choose from. So I will go ahead and give you a minute to decide, and we will jump right into this. Okay, group number 1, let's find out what your spiritual gifts are. Wow, are you guys gifted? That's all I have to say about this. I might as well just wrap it up here. I'm totally kidding. You guys, the first thing that's really standing out to me is there's a lot of orange in some of these pictures. And you also have the second chakra card, which is that sacral area, that area of creativity and procreation. So you guys are very talented and get very inspired. You have the inspiration card, imagination, and brilliant ideas. So you guys get a lot of divinely guided ideas and plans. You may be working on a lot of projects that are actually divinely inspired, or part of your soul's purpose and the reason you incarnated was to bring forth some of these ideas or creative endeavors. We have the writing card and the music card, so you may be an artist of some sort. You're channeling divine information, divine inspiration, divine messages through. And you do have the clairvoyance card, so you see things very clearly in your mind. It's almost like you're watching a movie when you're listening to music or writing, even in a journal, like if you're journaling. But I do see a fair number of you guys actually do write creatively, whether it's short stories or novels or just sharing part of your soul on a blog or even just your own personal journals. But you do it in such a beautiful way. And I just saw like bullet journaler for somebody that likes to get really creative with their writing in maybe not a sense where they're sharing it with others, but they're like bullet journaling. And I feel like you guys, when you listen to music, like I think a lot of you enjoy music, absolutely, but when you listen to music, it's like that's one of the main ways that you can really tap into this clairvoyance, this imagination, this inspiration, this brilliant, divinely guided idea or ideas that you get. And then you also have the visionary card. And it says here, you have the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Right as I read that, I got Nikola Tesla's face popping up into my mind. This was a very beautiful, advanced soul that was very tapped into the other side, that would channel these ideas, these inventions to help humanity. And he was the type of person that just wanted to bring it through to help others. He didn't want to gain anything from it. And he was very protective of his inventions because he didn't want them getting into the wrong hands. And a lot of the technology that we have, for good or for bad today, actually came from him. He channeled that through. And it actually did fall into the wrong hands after he died. But with you guys, you're similar to that. Maybe not on such a grand scale, although some of you may be, who knows. But I think in general, most of you guys, you have the ability to envision a better world. And then you do have the indigo and crystal children cards. So you yourself may be an indigo child, a crystal child, a rainbow child. And also, if you are planning to have children or do have children, those children as well are these crystal, indigo, blue ray, rainbow souls. They're advanced souls coming through to help humanity with this higher knowledge, this higher consciousness to help us live in a better way, because the systems that are in place here just aren't beneficial for the greater good. They're beneficial for that 1% that owns most of the world and the wealth. And yes, we still do have a lot of joy in our lives and stuff, but a lot of us aren't as free to do what we want as we could be. But it sounds like with this, you guys, you can use your imagination, that inspiration, to create, at least in your own little bubble or your own community, a better way to live that's not grinding and working that 9 to 5 and just trying to hustle and make ends meet. No, you guys, you want a different way of life, I can feel. And a lot of people feel like you can help them find that way of life. You're a natural counselor. And you also are somebody who greatly inspires others. And it's funny, you do have counselor and mentor. So you're someone people look up to, are inspired by. They just really look up to you, whether you know it or not. You may not even know it or realize it, but I think a lot of you have these messages that you've been getting, and maybe some of you have been sitting on these messages like years and years ago. You got an idea like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we could do this somehow, or if the world was like this, but you just never took action to start implementing things to make that idea a reality. Why not? Why not just start? Even if you're taking the smallest step ever, just start taking steps in the direction to bring forth a better reality for yourself and others, because you guys have the ability to do it. And if you feel overwhelmed, or like you're just, this thing you want to do is just way too big, you can ask your guides and angels for help. They are always there, over your shoulder helping you. And like in this writing card here, this angel's actually holding the pen with her and writing it. So as you're writing, as you're making art, as you're creating music or listening to music or writing down these ideas, or actually trying to put the action behind these ideas, ask your divine guidance support system on the other side, God, angels, spirit guides, whoever, for help, because they are more than ready to help you. And you guys have what it takes to make this world a better place. All you have to do is focus your energy on the things that you want to bring forth in your life, and not the things that are there that are holding you back in some way. So that law of attraction really does come into play. And a lot of people think, oh, the law of attraction doesn't work for me. And a lot of times, yeah, it seems that way, but it's working constantly, because we're so programmed as a society to think for the negative, to fear before we can feel love in anything we do or accomplish. If you can try to tap into that heart chakra, that sacral chakra, and really focus on how powerful you are, because you're not just a human being. First and foremost, you are a spirit, you are a soul. Your soul comes from something greater than this plane, and you have the ability to really show that to the world and even yourself. If you can tap into that, you can really make things manifest in your life at a speed that is way greater than most people can accomplish. So if you can get into a really positive mindset, face that shadow side, because all of us have a shadow side, and many of us know it's there but don't even know how to face it. But if you guys can tap into that, even Google shadow work or do like shadow work meditations here on YouTube, you can start to kind of break free that big boulder that may be standing in your way of your greatness. Yeah, this was pretty straightforward. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for checking this out. I hope that you enjoyed it and it resonated. And if so, let me know below if any of these rang true, or any stories you have about clairvoyance, or how music inspires you, or if you are a writer. I just love to hear what you guys have to say about this. And thanks again for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you guys back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. All right, you guys, this is absolutely amazing. The thing that's standing out to me most, that's really pulling me forward, is this fifth chakra, which is that throat chakra. And then you also got the speaker card and speeches and speaking. So you have important messages that you can help other people with. You have this way of speaking and making things vocal that are in your head that other people just stop and think, wow, how do they know these things? They are so smart. They are so amazing. They know so much, but you guys actually can clairaudiently, and that's that clear hearing. You get guidance inside your mind that a lot of times may come out. Clairaudience and claircognizance really do seem pretty close together because it's almost like a mind, like a voice in your mind rather than an external voice that you may hear. But then again, some of you actually do hear like a snippet of someone's conversation, or you're channel surfing and what someone says as you're turning the channel is exactly a message for you. So you guys get guidance through hearing things that way, or just this voice inside your head. And it almost seems to me like a lot of times once you guys kind of start rolling, like you start speaking, it's like at first it may be kind of shaky, but once you get going, it's like this fire is lit within you and you just channel through the most amazing information and advice and inspiration that people need to hear. So you may be somebody that others think of with this angel card. You're always helping others that are in need without any expectation of them returning the favor. Although when you do help someone, even if they can't return the favor, you always get that favor returned in some way. It's just the way the universe works. So the more good works you're doing, whether the people that you're helping can help you back or not, you're still getting that benefit from helping others come back to you in some other way. And then you have the courage and passion card. And for me, courage and passion seem to be very interlinked because it really does take courage to show this passionate side of yourself and to show how driven you are with things. You do have that fifth chakra card, but I also feel this really strong solar plexus energy coming forth with you guys as well. Just this really beautiful, brave energy. And this lover card really pairs well with the passion card because great passion and devotion and unbridled appreciation of someone or something is what this lover card says. So you guys have, it's like there's this absolute fire under everything you do. And I just feel fire. Like, so you may be a fire sign, sun, moon, rising, ascendant. Venus may be in a fire sign, or even Mars, I feel. So check your charts if you don't know where your placements are already. But yeah, I just feel this really, it's almost like a Mars-Venus. So you may even have Mars and Venus conjunct in your chart, or Mars and Venus opposite of each other. And then you have the crystals card. So you guys, it's like crystals are your pals. Whether you have crystals or not, you have this beautiful ability to really benefit from using crystals. Your energy and the energy of the universe and the energy of the crystals themselves can really benefit your life and the lives of those around you. So maybe if you haven't gotten into crystals, maybe do a little bit of Googling, get yourself a nice little amethyst or a clear quartz to start out. If, again, I have a feeling a lot of you already really are into crystals because this card, it's like you've, from a young age, just really been attracted to rocks or crystals. So if you haven't already, it might be something to look into. You guys are very connected to crystals. And once you start working with crystals, you'll really start to know which ones really resonate with you the most. And then you got the Oracle cards card. And again, with crystals, if you haven't already, get yourself an Oracle deck or a tarot deck and really start playing around because you guys will have a very easy time of channeling information through that way. And I do feel like a couple of you already do have like pick a card channels or tarot channels or spiritual channels here on YouTube, or are thinking of starting one. And if you haven't started already, I think this is your clue or your cue from the universe to go ahead and get that going, because with the speaker and speeches and that fifth chakra card, You guys have this beautiful ability to get people the messages they need to hear. So you guys would be doing a great service to humanity by starting that channel or offering up tarot card and oracle card readings to people you know in person. If you're too afraid to start the YouTube channel, just start doing it in person with your friends and family, and that might build you that courage. But I feel like a lot of you already are really courageous and can go the distance and start this YouTube channel if you haven't already. And then you got the sensitivity card. So it's like you guys came into this life with your psychic abilities kind of already turned on. And maybe some of it scared you as a child or an adolescent, and you started to kind of push it away or turn it off a little bit. But just know that even if you've done that, it's not like it's gone forever just because you were afraid of it or pushed it away. You can always hone in on that again and get that back just by practicing and putting the intention forward and just letting your guides and angels know that, hey, I think I'm ready to connect more, because you guys have a message to get out to people, and there will be people lining up to hear what you have to say. So you may even be able to turn speaking in some way and oracle cards and crystals and all that into a business. So I do feel one person watching this actually already does have like a spiritual based business, whether you're a speaker or have this tarot card channel or you sell crystals or have an Etsy shop where you make really beautiful jewelry with crystals or something like that. I mean, again, general reading, so it can run the gamut all the way around. So just be really mindful of what it is that you're hearing. Even in music, I just heard like a little tune, like some lyrics. So listen to lyrics, because I have a feeling, much like group number one, you guys do get messages through music as well. And you can really amp that up if you are holding crystals while you kind of meditate and just kind of close your eyes and listen to music. And you don't have to get into a full-on meditation or anything, but just listen to music that really stirs that passion in your soul. Anything that really makes you feel something, whether it's get up and dance or just really makes you feel kind of blue or just sad. Either of those avenues of music are great to really help you tap into that passion, to get you going, to give you fuel to do all these amazing things that you guys want to do. Because I feel like you guys have your fingers in a lot of pies, is the expression. You have a lot of things you want to do. And I think some of you even have trouble just focusing on one thing because you have such passion to do, 3, 4, 10, 20 different things. And that can be kind of a hard thing to get past, is just knowing what it is you should focus on. But I hope that this maybe gives you a little bit of a foundation or a basis to realize that you guys are very gifted spiritually and you have a lot of information to share with the world, and the world needs you now more than ever. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there, and I don't think a lot of you are. You do have the courage card, and you do have that passion to fuel you, to put you out there and get your messages to the people who need to hear them. So yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for you guys, and I hope you enjoy this. Hope it resonated. Let me know below what you thought and any cool stories you have about your spiritual gifts, growing up or even now, would be really fun to hear. So thanks again, you guys, for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. All right, you guys, wow. So the first thing that's really standing out to me is you got the Open Your Heart to Love card and the 4th chakra card, which is that heart chakra. And you got Mother, which I always associate the heart chakra with a very nurturing, mothering, loving energy. And then you got the Messiah card as well, so serving humanity with humility. You guys are very heart-centered people, and that also ties in really well with this empathy card. You guys are empaths. You feel other people's emotions, and it just almost hits you in the heart. Sometimes it may be so crippling that you can't even leave the house, because you also have clairsentience. So you notice things physically and emotionally through your physical body and your feelings and emotions. And not just from other people, but also from the spiritual realms. So you guys are very, very tapped into the other side. And with this spiritual understanding card, it says here, I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So to me, for me personally, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I kept getting this card and I kept seeing, when I'd close my eyes, I'd see these blue and purple and white lights kind of shifting, almost like a cross between a kaleidoscope and a lava lamp, if you can even imagine that. But on top of it, it had like these geometric shapes and patterns and even these like almost math type equations, but it was in a language I didn't understand. So I think some of you may have experienced something like that, or just a spiritual awakening, and I just heard Kundalini awakening for some of you. And you guys, because to me that heart chakra is like that center chakra, you know, you have 3 above it and 3 below it. So it's like you guys work very hard to balance your own energy. And I'm not saying you guys are always in balance, not quite. I'm saying that you guys, it's like part of your purpose to try to balance yourself, because when you can be balanced, it's like you balance everybody and everything around you. And it may be way easier said than done to find balance in your life. I think a lot of you do struggle to find balance, but when you can balance that, you can clear so much negative energy. And it's funny too, because you have the chakra clearing card here. And it says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. And I didn't even read that before and I was talking about this, but yeah, you guys, I just saw someone also with this like flower of life tattoo as well. And this almost reminds me of a flower of life too. So I don't know. I'm getting symbols. Like maybe you guys can understand symbols. Like if you go online and look at all the new crop circles, to me, it feels like there is some sort of energetic information that is exchanged when you look at these crop circles. So if you go on YouTube, you can Google crop circles 2018, 2019, whatever, and watch the video slides of all the different crop circles that have come up. When you guys watch that, you seeing these geometric shapes and patterns that this makes, it's like you guys, even if you're not seeing it on a conscious level, subconsciously you are downloading immense amounts of information from these crop circles. And you can use that information in your creative expression and artistic stuff, because I feel like you guys are very artistic and creative, whether it's with paint or writing, or I just saw mixed media type stuff, sculpture, that kind of thing. You guys are very, very talented with that. And I am seeing a lot of green, and then with that heart chakra, that green color, that pink color as well is associated with the heart chakra. But you guys would really benefit from working on your creative endeavors out in nature, because that will really help you tap into that creative well, and that you can channel that information from the other side by doing that. And you guys are also healers, and people are very, very attracted to you. Yes, of course, you know, with that empath card, a lot of you may have dealt with narcissists as parents or as significant others in the past, or even friends. I do feel like a lot of you have had toxic friendships, or just friendships that turned really sour because it felt like you were giving, giving, giving and not getting anything from them, like they were an energy vampire. But you do attract people who just want to suck your energy. That's where grounding and cord cutting meditations and just putting up your own boundaries. And if you're anything like me, when I go in public, I kind of have to put an energetic bubble around myself so I don't pick up other people's energy. It's just something you got to do, or you got to learn how to put those energetic boundaries in place before you are getting your energy sucked dry. Like, it can happen quick too. Just go into a Walmart and you'll probably be like, I need to get out of here. But seriously though, you guys are healers, and all healing starts with ourselves. We can't heal other people unless they are allowing us to. So the only healing that actually does happen is by healing ourselves. And as healers, you guys are just allowing the energy of the universe, God, whoever, whatever, to flow through you as you're putting the intention to heal someone or something. And I just saw somebody down like at the ocean putting crystals in there, like healing the water, healing the earth. So maybe you guys do things like that where you're helping the earth heal as well. But that's maybe just for a select few of you. I don't see that for everybody. So that may seem very out there to some of you, and I apologize, but that was for one specific person. But you guys are those, light workers, also indigos, crystals, and rainbow children, blue ray souls, much like group number 2, I believe it was. You guys came into this life with a purpose to lift humanity up, because we are at a time now, you want to call it the golden age, the age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it. We are at a time where we are flipping the script. We are here to make something new happen, because the ways of doing things the old way just haven't worked for the greater good. They've worked for that very select few number, that 1% that has all the wealth and all the everything, but they haven't worked for humanity as a whole. And we are coming into a time where humanity is going to start healing itself from the bottom up. So you think of a pyramid, it's a triangle. The top is that 1% of the wealth and the privilege, and the bottom is just, the poorest of the poor, people dying of starvation in third world countries. But change can only happen from the bottom of the pyramid, because we are the greater number. The people that are on the, middle to the bottom of that pyramid are the greater number. And once the bottom part of the pyramid starts to change and crumble and grow into something different, the top of the pyramid has no choice but to crumble with the bottom. The bottom of the pyramid will have known what was coming and has actually implemented that change themselves and is in a really good place. But that top part of that pyramid isn't going to know what to do when the bottom that's literally supported them and almost acted as slaves for this system, they won't even know how to function. But you guys are part of this energy that is coming to wipe the slate clean where this energy is concerned, and find a new, more heart-centered and loving and motherly, divine feminine way of existing on this earth realm and lifting the vibration of the earth. Some of you may want to look into, if you haven't already heard, about 5D and New Earth, because you guys would really, really resonate with that, because you guys are here for a very big reason. Yeah, I think that's all I'm getting for you guys. Let me know below if any of this resonated, or any cool little stories you have about being an empath, or your artistic endeavors, or healing, or anything that we've discussed here, or anything you just want to add. I love to hear what you guys have to say about your lives and if these readings resonate or not. So thanks again, you guys, so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 4, let's see what your spiritual gifts are. Okay, you guys. So the first thing that's really standing out to me is I see colors from green, blue, and purple, and not a lot of colors from the yellow, orange, and red. So you guys are very up in those heart and above chakras, that heart, throat, third eye, and crown chakra. And you did get the 6th chakra, which is that third eye, that 6th sense, and then you did get the crown chakra cards. So you guys are very up in the air and floaty with your energy, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you guys really are the type of people that absolutely need to ground yourself every day if you can, because you guys are so connected to the other side. It's almost like at days you just feel like you're floating through your life and you're not very connected to the earth. I think you guys have a really beautiful connection to Mother Earth, but you don't always connect yourself and stay kind of in this 3D plane, which isn't always a bad thing, because the 3D plane is very rough and hard. So I don't blame you, because I tend to kind of stay up in the air as well. So I totally get where you guys are coming from. But you guys are very, very attached to what it is you came here to do, your purpose. You guys are teachers. You have 3 teaching cards. I mean, how insane is that? You guys have something to say and to teach other people, and other people are here for it. They want to hear what you have to say. They're listening. They're ready to hear. And you guys have the Mystic card, the Alchemist, Claircognizance, and Hello from Heaven, and then Sensitivity. So I feel like you guys have a lot of the clairs open. Clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, and then all the other ones like the clear smelling and clear tasting and all those. And I always forget what those are called because they're kind of rare. But I feel like you guys are very connected on all levels into all the clairs. But you do have claircognizance is the card that came through for you guys, and you guys just get these thoughts or ideas that pop in your head out of nowhere, and they're always divinely guided. They come from your higher self, from your guides, from angels, from God. These ideas that you get are very divinely inspired, and because you guys are teachers and spiritual teachers at that, you guys have a lot to tell other people about where we really come from. We're not just these humans living on earth. First and foremost, we are spirits. We are souls from a higher dimension. You guys have a message to say to people, and people actually want to hear what you have to say. So that's half the battle. Everyone's got something they want to say, but the battle is, do people actually want to hear it? And for you guys, yes, people want to hear it. People are craving what you have to say. And I do feel like you guys also are mediums. Whether you know it or not, you guys have this connection to the other side, and for souls that have been on this earth plane, that have crossed over, and even earthbound spirits seem to come to you. So you may have grown up in a house where there was a lot of, paranormal activity, for lack of a better word. So you guys are very tapped in, and I also do feel a fair number of you do see spirit, even if it's just something out of the corner of your eye or a flash that just comes to you. You guys are very tapped in and can see beyond the veil. And a lot of times, kind of at that full moon time is when this energy really amps up for you, because that's when the veil is thinnest for you guys. I do see you guys also, and this isn't even on any of the cards, but I'm just getting the sense that you guys are very tapped into, and I kind of just went on a little bit of a spiel about not as connected to the earth. You guys are very connected to the earth, but you just don't ground yourself enough. But what I'm seeing is you guys get little animal symbols come to you a lot, animal spirits, even butterflies or grasshoppers, stuff like that, that's just out of the ordinary. Like you'll see a grasshopper in a really bizarre place, a place it shouldn't be, like inside your home. I mean, it's not very often a person will see a grasshopper in their house or something like that. So you will see animals or insects in a place where you wouldn't expect to see them a lot. And when you do see them, it would really benefit you guys to look up the symbology or the meaning of these animals or insects that are coming to you, because there's a message there from the other side for you to pay attention to. And you guys are mystics. You guys are very intimately connected to the other side. So you guys do hear and know when the higher realms are trying to come through. And you may get these dreams where people in your life, you'll get dreams about either your crossed over loved ones or their crossed over loved ones that have a message for somebody. And I know sometimes it may feel weird to be like, oh, hey, friend from high school or friend from however long ago, but I had a dream about your deceased father and he wanted me to tell you this. I mean, that is kind of weird if you think about it, to go up to someone and say, hey, I know we haven't talked in a while, but here's some information from your dead father. I mean, that is kind of funny, but instead of feeling kind of like, they're not going to believe me, that's weird, just roll with it. Just, if you get a message to give somebody, give it to them, because they need that message. And Spirit knows how connected you are, and they picked you to bring that message through for this other person. And people are really going to appreciate that when you do that. They won't go, oh gosh, what a weirdo. They won't think that at all. They'll be like, wow, that was absolutely amazing. They'll totally be on board. They won't think you're weird or anything. So just try that if you do ever have that happen to you. And then you have the bodywork card. So you guys, I feel like if you haven't looked into like Reiki or energy healing or anything like that, massage, you guys have this spiritual gift with your touch. You can just put your hand on someone or give a comforting hug to a friend in need or something, and that hug, that energy helps the person almost instantly. So you guys would really be great Reiki practitioners or energy workers. And I know you didn't get the crystal card, a different pile did, but you guys also would work very well with crystals. And you do have this teaching card with these young children, so I feel like you guys have a lot of awesome knowledge to pass on to a younger generation, whether it's your own children, nieces, nephews. Just you are actually a teacher working in a school or a preschool, and just you being around children, even if you're not teaching them anything specifically, just your energy around them, it's like you just are like this lighthouse to the children, and children are just very attracted to your energy. Even if you don't have your own children, I'm getting crown chakra tingles right now, you guys. I always like to say it when I feel something come through, because that's when I really know I'm honing in on something that's very important. But you guys, you may not even really like children necessarily. I think a fair number of you really do. But for those few of you that don't even care too much about children or don't really care to be around them, it seems like wherever you go, the children are still very attracted to your energy. But I think for most of you guys, you do really adore children. And if you do have children, it feels like your house is going to be the house where all the kids in the neighborhood or all the friends of your children like to gather. Like your house is the place to be. So I don't know if that resonates. Or even you growing up, your house was the one everyone wanted to be at. But it was because of you and your energy. You guys, I feel like so many of you have either green, purple, or blue auras, or just your favorite colors are either green or purple or blue. But yeah, you guys are very sensitive in many different ways. You guys are very tapped in and always in your head with this information. You're channeling energy, and you guys are kind of acting as lightning rods here on this planet for the shift into the new Earth or 5D or whatever. If you don't know what that is, you can look that up. I think it was group number 3 that I felt very strongly also was connected to that stuff. And I do feel a fair number of you guys also are crystal children, rainbow children, or indigo children, blue ray souls, all of that. If you don't know what any of that is, just go ahead and Google it. It's just too much to explain here. You guys are very connected to the other side, and your purpose involves bringing through this information. And it seemed to me like very many of these piles, almost every one of these piles had information they were bringing through from the other side to help this world. But I think if you're going to be watching such a pick a card as, what are my spiritual gifts? You already know you're here for a greater purpose than to work, pay bills, and die. You know you're here for something greater. You know you're here to flip the script and make this world a better place. A place where everyone can thrive and have abundance and not just that select few. So you guys just keep working your gifts, because you guys have many, many gifts. Spiritual and physical talents. I feel like you guys are very talented in also physical ways. I see a lot of athletes or people who are just very, it's like you use physical activity to connect to the other side, whether it's yoga or Tai Chi or even just going out on a hike or something. You guys use that kind of physical activity to connect to the other side. And if you don't, you guys could start and really start tapping into this stuff. But your biggest takeaway from this is, yes, you guys are very spiritual, up in those higher chakras, but you guys really do need to work on your more physical chakras, those more earth chakras, like that root chakra, to really ground yourself in this reality, because you guys are here as a human, so you do need to experience those human things. And I think the reason I said about the activity, the physical activity, is because that is a way to help you ground yourself in your body and not just be all up in your head and out in the other realms somewhere. But right as I said that too, and then I was talking about the dreams earlier, I do feel like a lot of you do get sleep paralysis, you have lucid dreams, or can astral project. You guys can even do some remote viewing. If you guys get into a deep meditation, you guys can tap into any time and space ever and find out information if you want. You know, you can go back to some time before you even existed here on this planet and tap into the energy of what happened and know what actually happened. If there's a mystery or some sort of true crime thing that you want to know what really happened, you guys can find that out. Even if you have no tie to it and it's just kind of a curiosity thing, you guys can go into a meditative state and actually remote view what happened in whatever situation. I do feel like a lot of you are really attracted to true crime type stuff or mysteries and murder and that kind of thing. Not because you guys are that way, but because you guys are so up in your higher chakras. Those kind of things are very three-dimensional things that happen on Earth, you know, murders and true crimes and stuff. And you guys are fascinated and maybe creeped out by it, but it's kind of like that train wreck. You can't get enough of it, but it really repulses you, but you're so like addicted to it. And I don't think that's everybody here, but I think for some of you. And you may also go through phases where you're really attracted to like, I just saw like the JonBenet Ramsey. I don't know if somebody watching this was really hung up on that or trying to figure out who could have killed her. Stuff like that. And even Kurt Cobain, which that's a major one for me, you know. During my awakening, when he came to me, it was just like absolutely insane. But it really validated a lot of things for me. And I'm not going to get into that here, just total tangent, but I think some of you guys will really resonate with that. So yeah, let me know if this resonated, what you thought, any cool stories you guys have about using your gifts or how you discovered your gifts or just using them in general. I just absolutely love to hear what you guys have to say and all your cool stories. And thanks again, you guys, so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you guys back at the Den Creative. I love talking to you guys. All right, thank you. Bye.